growing number of GOP candidates and Republican members of Congress want to fight the war on drugs by declaring war on the cartels and sending the U.S. military into Mexico. The flow of illegal drugs over the southern border is fueling the fentanyl crisis across the United States. Stephanie Haynes is live with the proposals. And Stephanie, would this be considered an act of war?
Hey, Marky, good morning. That's what some of the critics are saying. And this idea of sending military or taking military action against parts of Mexico, they chalk that up to some big talk, especially since Mexico is one of the United States' largest trading partners. And last we heard from Mexico's president, he says absolutely no way. But supporters clarify that this would not be an attack on Mexico. This would be targeted actions against the cartels. And bottom line, our leaders are willing to try anything to try to stop this fentanyl crisis.
Some Republicans want to take the war on drugs to the next level by sending the United States military over the border and into Mexico to take action against the cartels and ultimately try to stop the flow of fentanyl. Federal data shows more than 100,000 Americans died of overdoses in 2021, and 67% of those involved a synthetic opioid like fentanyl. Republican presidential candidates are laying out their plans.
We're going to use whatever leverage we have to ensure that this issue is brought to a conclusion.
Former President Donald Trump is proposing a naval blockade. Senator Lindsey Graham wants to designate cartels as terrorist organizations and has said he's on board with cyber and drone attacks on drug labs and leadership. Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw has spearheaded federal legislation that would officially declare war on the cartels, which would authorize bombing certain targets. Some say they support this idea.
From our side of the border, we would strategically target and attack the Mexican cartel in the same manner, similar manner that we go after the terrorists around the world, and that by using drones and sending missiles and blowing them up and killing them.
America's war on drugs has been going on since the 1970s, and it has historically involved undercover operations inside Mexico to spy on cartels. Back in March, Mexico's president made clear his country would not welcome American military action.
We are not going to permit any foreign government to intervene in our territory, much less that a foreign government's armed forces intervene.
In the past, both President Biden and former President Trump have temporarily stationed troops near the border for the sole purpose of trying to help with the surge of migrants. Troops can't cross and they can't arrest anyone either. Only law enforcement can.
If the cartels were to be considered terrorist organizations or deemed officially by the government, would that change anything?
Well, it would certainly allow for the appearance of being correct, but that doesn't make it a good idea. This is a bad idea to actually be invading another country to carry out what should be a law enforcement effort.
It was also pointed out that there should be more efforts focused on addiction treatment in the United States to try to snuff out the demand for drugs across the United States. And Marky and Adrienne, right here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott says fentanyl killed more than 2,000 people last year alone. That averages out to about 5 people a day. And federal data still shows that fentanyl remains the #1 killer of Americans aged 18 through 45.
Yeah, a real threat for the entire country. Stephanie Haynes, thank you so much this morning.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.